gonna use much. We're just going to sketch. A mechanical pencil, a tiny eraser, and a gigantic eraser, if you need it. Doing my sketches in Strathmore Mixed Media 5.5 by 8.5. And I love this paper. It's very nice for sketching and for markers and everything, but I'm just gonna sketch with my mechanical pencil. I am sorry for the setup change. I had to film this over again because the light was reflecting on the pencil and it wasn't that clear. But you get to see a little hamster. This is Vanilla. She's a cutie and she's an angel. Do you want to sit? She's a little chunky. She has food in her mouth. Okay, no. It's okay. Don't be scared. Okay, I'm gonna put her back so she could eat. And we could start. Look at her face. Look at her. Look at her. Okay, let's go. First of all, before we begin, this is my art style. I do not make realistic art, but before I had an art style, I started learning realistic art. So here's what I learned. It's not the most realistic and detailed, but it's fine. It's pretty good, I think. So here it is. First, I'm gonna start with an almond eye shape. I don't have actually a structure or rules. I just go, and whenever I feel like I did something wrong, or like not similar to the picture I have, or like something is off, I just fix it. I just first start with a little circle. And I draw a little line just above the middle of the circle. And I draw the corner. Just like an almond shape, but with this little shape. And I always like to leave a space between the bottom line and the end of the circle because it gives like sleepy, more natural look to the eye. And I draw this little lines, and I don't complete it to the end. I just end it in the middle, and I try to perfect the circle. And then to draw the eyelid, I go with this end of the circle, and then I go to the end of this little line, curved line. I just go and make this another line. I erase the rest of the circle. And then I color the tear duct. I think this is what it's called. I'm not sure. To shade it, I just go and make it a little darker than the rest of the eye. And here's a tip. Eyes are not pale white, or not just flat white. there is a shadow, and the shadow goes from the top to the bottom. So because we have here an eyelid and an eyelashes, it's gonna cause shadow to the eye. So we need the shadow to go down just slightly. Do not go heavy. And here's a tip: do not press on the pencil. I see a lot of people when they try to draw, they really push too much on the pencil, and it's like so wrong, because the more you press on the pencil, the more you cannot erase. So it's gonna cause a lot of left out, and it's gonna be really hard to just fix it. And when you control the pencil lightly and go gentle with the pencil, you just have more freedom and control. And here's a tip: if you want to be more gentle with the pencil, you just hold it like this. Sorry for my nails, they're kind of disgusting, but just hold it like this. Do not hold it upward. Hold it like this and go like this, and go as gentle as possible. And here we go to the eyeball. Draw a little circle and make it dark. And do the same with the shadow from the top to the bottom, but a little darker than the rest of the eye, because it's an eyeball, it's gotta be darker. So just go darker to the end and lighter at the bottom. And then define the circle so it pop up a little bit. And now the eye looks a little dead, so what we're gonna do is make that light reflection. Take your little eraser and make a little line at the end of the eyeball, at the end of this little circle, and define the little light reflection. It's gonna look like that. And to draw the eyelashes, you just press on the pencil, not too hard, but hard enough. Like, do not scratch the paper, but just press a little bit, and then go very light upward. Hard, light, and the more you make it, you just make eyelashes. It looks a little messy right here, but this is how you make it. And if you really want to make them look more realistic, here's a little curved line. Eyelashes do not go all the same way. They go this way. The lashes at the end go this way. And in the middle, they go very straight forward. And the ones at the beginning are usually lighter and smaller, and they go this way. Just remember to press a little bit and then go lighter. Press a little bit and go lighter. Do not go straight. Go a little curved. So here we have the eye. We go down and then up. Down, up. You can make them cross a little bit if you want to. And then in the middle, just go straight. And smaller in the front. And now you have lashes. You can make them a little curves at the end just for a little extra dimension. And for the shadow for the eyelid, you just go up. Make the shadow darker to lighter upward, like this. Darker, lighter, and then go along the whole curve the same way. And for the bottom lashes, you do the same as the top lashes, but a little different because you go down, not up. So here's we have our little line for the eye. You just go this way. For this one, and bottom lashes, I usually make them a little separated and more close together. So here we have a little one, this way, and the middle just straight, and then go lighter at the end. So we just have it like this. Press harder, then lighter. And then I make a little shadow under the eye and this little line just for extra dimension. Maybe this. And just go along and just make the lines a little darker just to make them pop. And here we have the first eye shape. Second, I'm just gonna make more of an Asian eye shape, or like less eyelid space eyes. I'm gonna put reference photos to see what kind of eye that I mean. So first we're gonna make our little box. First I do the same. I just draw a little circle. Go just like the same, but at the corner I just go a little down. I go a little down to make the corner more curved, and then I go leave a little space between the circle and the bottom line, just the same. And then I close the eyes and make an almond shape. I define the circle. Then I make this little line. Just bring it down. A curved eye corner. I make in a little this curved line under the eye. And at the end, you could make this just a tiny bit line, or I usually just make my line at the end. So see this corner? I just go from the middle and then make half a line, and then I go a little down. And just make it a little more symmetrical. I color the eyeball just the same. Make a little circle. Color from the top to the bottom. Define the circle. Make it for the shadow, we just do it just the same. From darker to lighter. Reflection. Tiny bit line. And then define it. For the corner, I just get a little darker. And for the eyelid shadow, I just do the same for this side, and for this side, I just go like this. Just a tiny bit of shadow, but leave a space between the line and your shadow. Like you could do this. Just a tiny bit shadow, but leave a space between the line and your shadow. And to the corner, you go lighter. To the middle, I mean. For this, you just go here a little darker from this line. Then lighter to the top. Excuse the noises. Just smudge it a little bit to make it softer, and then define this line. And for the eyelashes, I'm gonna try something different. Like for the first one, we made long and more standing eyelashes. For this one, we're gonna make lashes that go a little down, that are like not standing, just to show you like the different ways to make eyelashes. We're gonna do the same but inward. The first one, we made it like this. This eyelashes, we're gonna make the lashes go down like this. Press, then let go. Press, then let go, and make a little curve. Straight in the middle, then go curve this way. Maybe this one, make them a little smaller. I'm gonna show you in the drawing. Straight in the middle, a little smaller toward the corner, and then define this line. Bottom lashes, we're gonna do just the same as the first one, nothing different. Maybe a little shadow in the corner. For the third eye shape, we are gonna make more round eyes. So I'm gonna show you how I make them. Let's make our little tiny box. I just do just the same. I start with the circle. I just made that circle a little bit bigger than the rest, then I go not from half of the circle, just at the top, and then I go a little bit more down and make the line more curved to make the eye shape look round. And we have the corner just the same, and then at the bottom we go more curved. Make this little line. Let's make our little circle. To down, darker, then lighter. A tiny eraser and make it look a little bit lighter. Erase the end of the ball or the circle. Take your eraser and make the light reflection. The shadow, just the same. And for the eyelid, we're gonna take the same space between the eyeball, like measure it in your head, just do the same, go up, and then make a little curve. It is not a little, it is a big curve. And just go down, just like half a circle. Erase that line. The same as the first one, from the darker to lighter. The closer to this line, the darker. The more darker you get, the more deeper you make the eyelid. The curve of the line, and remember to go darker, then lighter. And since we have too much space between, too much space of eyelid, we're gonna make a little shadow to define it more. So the middle should be lighter because it's where the light, if we have a light here, we have light reflection here, the lighter in the middle. So the sides should be a little darker. Just go very light. Use your pencil. The eyelashes, we're gonna make something in between the first one and the second one. Just short, not very down, but not very standing eyelashes. So I'm just gonna do this. I go to the side, just like this, and just the same. This is the way of the eyelashes go, where the eyelashes go. For the last thing, just make this little, I do not know what it's called, but this thing, follow the shape of this line, just make a little shadow, maybe from this side, and the eyelashes just the same, nothing different. And here we have a more round eye shape. And here we have a more round eye shape. So it's the end. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me if you learned anything and if you have any questions. If you noticed something that I did wrong, maybe tell me. I am down for a conversation. I will answer any question. Tell me, what do you want to see next? If you want tutorials or anything. If you learned anything, if you drew with me, maybe show me. If you want critiques or anything, I'm down. I'm up for anything, and I love conversations with people. And thank you so much for watching. If you found this very helpful, maybe leave a like or comment or something. And have a nice day, and do not forget to drink water because it's good for your health. And stay healthy. And that's it. Goodbye.